door, finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven had a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Down to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Still backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. Found another goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz.
Little right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good.
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good.
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on YourLiveEvent.com.
And a pleasant good Saturday morning from the Fargodome. This is Dual Day here at the North Dakota State Wrestling Tournament. I'm Chase Miller alongside Joe Deutsch, and we will have our coverage for you for the Central Cass Squirrels Dual Boys Wrestling as they are the 4 seed going up against the 5 seed here of Northern Lights. And Joe, taking a look at today, it's one of those things where you go through the individual tournament on Thursday and Friday, and now your mentality stays the same, but it shifts a little bit. Now you definitely are a team player. You want to take care of, obviously, your match and try to move on. The Squirrels were here last year, back-to-back Region 2 dual champs. So what do you see from the Central Cass point of view entering this dual tournament?
Yeah, I mean, you nailed it on the head. This is the team portion of the competition day. They're guys that didn't qualify for the individual state tournament. The guys that did qualify for the individual state tournament have wrestled their matches and assumed their places, and so it's a whole new day. It's a whole new tournament, and now it's a team, and you're here, and it's a whole new tournament, and it's a whole new opportunity to win. We've got a strong group of seniors at Central Cass this year. That 5 boys that are here as their seniors and want to go out strong and lead this team to hopefully a victory here in the first round against Northern Lights.
And that's the 4-5 matchup, the number 1 overall seed, and no surprise, a team that's been here, done that in recent years is the Lisbon Broncos. And this is going to be the one thing here. Can someone top Lisbon? That's been the question for so long. It happened yesterday where New Salem Alma finally got over the hump to beat Lisbon. But on the dual side, Lisbon still got some really quality wrestlers, state champ wrestlers. And when you have a Bowden Greenlee there, Joe, that's like money in the bank, literally and figuratively here in wrestling.
You don't get 5-time state champions very often in the sport. So definitely a thing. But you're right. I mean, New Salem's been knocking on the door for years. Lisbon's been large and in charge for years, and they finally won the individual for the first time last year, and they're hungry and ready to go today. And it'll be interesting to see how this thing plays itself out.
And the one thing that's different from last year, no matter what happens, you're going to get 3 duels here no matter what. So you're going to either go from 1st, 3rd, 5th, or 7th is what's going to happen. And on the mat, it is a hectic kind of a week here because they got 12 mats, as we've talked about throughout the day. So you got 4 for Class B boys, 4 for Class A boys. Then you got 4 on the way for the girls' side. So if you're a wrestling fan, this is still a very fun day to come to the Fargodome. Tune into our coverage here on Your Live Event, Joe. And final thing, what have you thought about so far about the 12 mats? It's been a little bit different, but obviously with the growth of girls wrestling, you had to try something a little new here this season.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, the layout's going to be some massaged, obviously. There's a lot of not opportunity for people to see from certain areas and stuff, but yes, I mean, the growth of girls wrestling and this is the first year of girls duels. So, and we had a qualifying tournament for the girls to come to state this year for the first time. So it's just going to be great wrestling today, and a lot of people are back that don't even have teams wrestling, which is awesome.
This is our coverage on YourLiveEvent.com and our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, go online to IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com. We'll take a quick break. We come back, we'll take a look at what the team bracket has installed, and also get to our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups and more. That's all around the corner here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Stop at Hillsborough Drug and get your flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsborough Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsborough Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions, too. Hillsborough Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsborough Drug.
Full Folks, it's tax season, and the best way to teach your kids about taxes is by eating 30% of their ice cream. And the best way to learn about your tax situation is contacting Olson Accounting. They'll answer any question you have from an individual or business point of view. Let Olson Accounting set up your tax plan and eliminate any problems by visiting colsoncpa.com or call 701-683-2700. Olson Accounting of Lisbon.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. We are less than 90 days until spring planting. 90 days. Are you ready? Is your maintenance plan in place? Do you have parts on hand? Are any upgrade options decided on and purchased? We can help. Spring will be here before you know it, and we will help you meet the challenge. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. That's planterdoc.com.
Dakota Heritage Bank is a bank on the go and on the grow, with locations in Hunter, Hope, Galesburg, Hillsboro, Grandin, Gackle, Streeter, Judd, Harvey, Medina, and Red Lake Falls. More locations and more services. Dakota Heritage Bank offers mobile banking and online banking with bill pay, so you can bank anytime, anywhere. Stop in and visit Dakota Heritage Bank today. Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. dhbanknd.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Mayport CG Booster Club is here to support, promote, and encourage all Patriot sports and academic activities. The Mayport CG Booster Club members strive each year to make events within Mayport CG schools a very rewarding experience for the students, athletes, and spectators alike. For more information, like the Mayport CG Booster Club on Facebook. Best of luck to the teams competing in today's game, and go Patriots!
The City of Hillsboro encourages customers to use electricity wisely through its Bright Energy Solutions rebate program. These rebates help customers save energy and money, improve their comfort, and protect the environment. You can get rebates on Energy Star appliances and lighting, as well as high-efficiency heat pumps and air conditioners. They even have rebates for home electric vehicle chargers. Business customers can receive rebates too. Call the City of Hillsboro for more information or visit brightenergysolutions.com.
As we get ready for the team duels, let's take a look at our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups here. Live the sweet life with great careers, quality products. Grower owned at crystalsugar.com. That again is crystalsugar.com. Starting at 182 pounds, you're going to have Baumgarten here for Central Cass go up against Herbal for Northern Lights at 195. It's Houle against Lattiser at 220. Haugen against Leonard. For Dylan Sell, the heavyweight for the Squirrels at 285 going up against Prouty. At 106, it's Call against Henderson. 113 will be Urbach against Scores. 120, Crandall against Tandeschi. 126, Peterson and Herman. 132 is going to be Lamar and Anderson. Link from Central Cass at 138 against DeLong. Johnson at 145 against Zupan. You have Graber at 152 against Eno. Olson Tinglestead at 160 against the Open Division. And then Dylan Sell against Henderson here at 170. As we get this thing ready to go at 182 pounds here, Baumgarten against Herbal. It is the dual tournament officially getting underway. And those, again, are American Crystal Sugar starting lineups here. The #1 overall seed is the Lisbon Broncos. 4-5 matchup against Central Cass against Northern Lights. So at 182, Baumgarten going up against Herbal here as they get things underway. Myself, Chase Miller, alongside Joe Deutsch will have coverage for you here for this Squirrels Wrestling Tournament right off the bat. Herbal trying to get Baumgarten down to the mat here, Joe.
Yeah, he's got to get to his base and work to get up. He's got a nice deep waist in there.
So currently 2-0 in favor of Herbal. Again, the scoring here when it comes to duels, 6 points with a fall. You have 5 points with a tech fall. Major decision is 4 points awarded to your team, and a decision is 3 points awarded to your team. So as you take a look here, Joe, what are matchups that you kind of come into this type of a match? I'm sure both teams have a certain one where they know they got to get points, or others where they're trying not to give up a fall, maybe just a decision. How big is that when you kind of get to a dual tournament and structure as a coach?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it 100%. Going out there and getting a win for 3 points is half as much as if you go out there and get a pin. So you're looking for your strong wrestlers, your leaders, your place winners from yesterday, your seniors to go out there and score bonus points, as we call it, right? You want Majors, Techs.
As Herbal's going to get 3 points for a near fall here, and right now Baumgartner trying just to get back to his base here, as you mentioned, Joe, but currently down 5-0 with 30 seconds left in this first period.
Yeah, he's got a seatbelt on, and he's just tilting him. And the beauty of the tilt is you're not necessarily going to get a pin out of it, but it's safe, and it scores points.
And that's exactly what they're trying to add on to it with 10 seconds left here in this first period against the Class B dual quarterfinal round action here at the Fargodome. We'll have coverage for the Squirrels throughout, no matter the results, win or lose here, as after one period of play, Herbal from Northern Lights at 182 pounds against Baumgartner here for Central Cass with the advantage at 8-0 after the first period. We'll start at 182, so on deck at 195 will be Anthony Houle here for Central Cass against Laddister, and then we'll get to the 220 with Haugen and Leonard, and 285 with Sell and Prouty. That's coming up here as they'll take a look at the match and start up in a neutral position here in this second period. So right now with Baumgartner, when you're down by 8 in the second period, how aggressive would you be, Joe, on the mat, understanding that you're down by 8 right now, looking to get some points and get back into this puppy?
Yeah, at the end of the day, like you said, you just got to score. I mean, the confidence is built by points, and you're down 8-0. You just got to get in there and get a takedown. They're in the neutral position. He's looking, trying to find an angle.
Trying to get the left knee right now is Herbal.
Yeah, he's in on a good shot, but Baumgartner's defending it well.
Baumgartner trying to get out of the escape here and earn a point. But
don't flee the mat. Don't flee the mat. No, 2.
As Herbal's get another 2 points for a takedown, and you see both coaches giving them instructions for Travis Lamar here for Central Cass, and Northern Cass's coaching box as well, doing the exact same thing, as Herbal's been in control of this match from the open here as we're getting to the 3-minute mark in this second period, 3 total minutes here in this match. Herbal riding on top here. Baumgartner back to his base position, but we found themselves with Herbal to what you were talking about earlier, Joe, trying to find that same type of a move here in this second period and trying to earn some more points here for Northern Lights.
Yeah, he's working a wing on the left side of the body. He's trying to grab that far wrist, and if he can grab the far wrist, he'll run that up. They're on the edge of the mat, and their referee blew whistle. They're back in the middle.
So the winner of this contest will go up against the winner of this dual tournament again. That's the 1 overall seed Lisbon against the Henninger Scranton Bison Nighthawks. That's the bottom half of the bracket. Upper half of the bracket, number 2 South Border in Velva, then number 3 New Salem Almont going up against Pembina County North. The consolation and semis are at 12:30, with the championships are scheduled at 3 o'clock here this afternoon. Still working on top here is Herbal with 15 seconds left in this second period.
Trying to get wrist control, working a cross face.
Currently, right now, from a team standpoint, it'd be 4 points awarded if the score stays like this for out for the next 2 minutes going to that third period. But Herbal is up 8-0 after 1, adds 2 more points to it here in the third. So right now, the main goal for Baumgartner, obviously always want to win the match, Joe, but is to try to get this back down to at least a decision instead of a major decision right now.
Absolutely. It's an individual sport, but it's a team sport at the same time. You gotta go get team points, and so like you said, try to get that thing back down under eight to at least 7, and maybe make it a decision.
And Baumgartner will start in the upward position right now. Now he's on top of Herbal, trying to earn some points as they got awarded to the side of the mat here, and they'll re-go back to the center circle.
But I always point out that if there's one sport in all of North Dakota High School Activity Association where you can change the outcome in 1 second,
it's wrestling. you have that one mistake, right? If you're the guy that's winning on the mat, then all of a sudden, boom, you find yourself in a fall or a pin position. And Herbal's able to get 2 points there now, 12-0 after you get him back on top here of Baumgartner.
He's trying to look for a cradle.
And now all of a sudden 3 points away from a tech fall, which would be 5 points awarded. So Herbal understands the situation here. He's already got 4. Now he's going to try to get 5. There's a 1-point escape here from Baumgartner, and now they're back both in a neutral position. 70 seconds left in this third period right now at 182 pounds.
Obviously, Herbal's going to turn up the volume here because he needs 4 more points in the next 50 seconds, and you can hear it from his coaches right now. And Baumgartner's job is to just make sure that doesn't happen.
And for Herbal, kind of in almost a stalemate right now with Baumgarten. 40 seconds left here in this third period. Two just kind of ramming heads with one another. There was a shoot on the way for Herbal. Good job by Baumgartner with the block.
Yep, Baumgartner just got warned for stalling, which is okay. You can afford to give up some stalling calls.
As Herbal's going to get 2 points here now at 14-1, and to your point, Joe, he's 2 points away, trying to earn some near fall points and trying to get that.
Yep. So he's cutting him right now. He's going to put him back on his feet, try to get another takedown. That won't be enough because he's got to get 3 points.
So taking it by a major decision here at 182 pounds from Northern Lights, Herbal over Baumgarten by a final of 14-2. So give the points that'll be awarded here to Northern Lights, as they will have now 4 team points, and at 195, Houle will come on here for the Central Cass Squirrels against Lattiser for Northern Lights. What did you see from Baumgartner to hold off there at least, Joe, and limit it to 4 points instead of what could have been a major tech fall really quickly there?
Absolutely. I mean, he didn't get pinned and he didn't get teched. That's okay sometimes in a matchup like that if you do what you need to for the team and give up as little points as possible.
And for Northern Lights, too, something to mention as we get a little bit later on at 160 pounds, they are open. So, the Squirrels are going to get points there no matter what. So, you kind of got to play that way, too, on the chess piece here. As Houle at 195 against Lattiser for Northern Lights at 195 here for Northern Lights as they're back at it to start this first period.
We had a senior-sophomore matchup in the first round. Now we've got a senior-sophomore matchup in favor of Central Cass here. So this is one where Houle's got to go out there and put him to his back, which he's just about done.
And that's exactly what the senior Houle is able to do. Now he's
Buried
looking for the
half.
fall.
Lift up on the back of the head.
40 seconds into this first period, Houle's got the position. Trying to earn the fall here in this first period. He's going to have 3 more points coming to him. It's going to be 5-0, but he's looking to finish it off here in the opening 60 seconds of this match.
Got to take that arm and post it towards the referee's head, which he's doing, and there it is.
55 seconds in, there is a fall awarded to Houle here, so 6 points on the way for the Central Cass Squirrels as they now take the advantage at 6-4. How big is that, Joe? You mentioned it, junior, freshman, or sophomore versus senior. We hear about it in a lot of sports, but how about in wrestling? Yeah, you're at the same weight class, but obviously there's some seasoning to the senior compared to a sophomore.
It's not even just years of experience, it's physical maturity, right? So, yeah, no, and like you said, you got to get your team pumped up. You're the senior. You got to go out there and get bonus points, and that way, when you're telling other people they got to go out there and get their bonus points, they do it. So, yes, the senior gets in on the board right away and secures the pin in the first period, and that's I think that's huge for Central Cass's momentum right now.
And Haugen will come on now at 2:20 for the Squirrels against Leonard for Northern Lights. Then we'll get to the heavyweights on deck with Sell and Prouty.
Garrett Haugen, again, another senior, another leader, finished 7th in the state tournament yesterday, so.
You get to this time, you have a lot of wrestling in you, right? You went all day Thursday, you went Friday, and now you kind of know you got 3 more matches in front of you at your weight class to finish it off. And for some of these guys, Joe, this is their final time that they're going to represent their school colors too, so that even adds to it.
That's what I was just going to say. Yeah, it's 3 long days, but when you're a senior, you relish every minute of it.
As right now, Haugen trying to work down under, but Leonard still's got him up as Haugen trying to get down on the ground, and then Leonard able to come around and get on top for 2 points here. Now he's going to be the one in advantage up top with 50 seconds left in this first period. 2-0 Leonard.
Yeah, they're working on the edge of the mat. Haugen's got to get to his base and try to get his right arm back. He's working a right chicken wing there, Leonard is. And
for Leonard right now, still working on Haugen up top. Clock down to 30 seconds as they'll have an officials and a blood timeout. Yep. This blood timeout is brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. Visit ibanknorth.com or check out their mobile app as well. Again, member FDIC and proud of their communities. That is a Bank North timeout. So for those that aren't sure of what a blood timeout is, Joe, we see 5 minutes come on the clock. So what does that 5 minutes represent here in wrestling?
So you have I mean, you obviously somebody starts bleeding. Obviously, for safety purposes, we're going to stop the match. We're going to go get them cleaned up. Now that clock starts at 5 minutes, but the second they stop the blood, they stop the clock, even though they're still cleaning up the blood afterwards. But essentially, you have 5 minutes of bleeding that you can do during the match before you wouldn't be able to continue, but that essentially never happens, simply because every single time that the blood is stopped, the clock stops, and then they finish cleaning up, and then they go back out and start wrestling again. But
so they're going to bring the medical kit here on, and it looks like Haugen's all right, just has a little bit of a cut as he'll get attended to. We're going to step aside for a quick break, and we'll come back and resume this one. 6-4 right now at 2:20 with a blood timeout with Haugen and Leonard. It's Leonard up by 2 here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Back in resumption here, Mode, after that Bank North blood timeout. Haugen looks to be all right, at least from the blood, but Leonard right now in the position, and Haugen trying to get the 2-point reversal, and he's able to get that here for a 1 point, and that's all it looks like we're going to end this first period. What did you see there from Haugen, Joe?
He's working awesome on the bottom for a big guy, right? He's doing the sit-outs into a switch, trying to hit a switch, which if you get that switch, it's a reversal, but if you don't and you get separation, it's one escape, and that's exactly what he got, and it was right at the end of the period. So you're talking about the difference between a 2-0 match at the end of one and a 2-1. So he picked the down position, Haugen did, and he's working that switch again and got himself out and up, and here we are, back on our feet, 2-2.
So back to even Steven here. We've already seen Haugen, to your point, use that move back-to-back times in 30 seconds of match action here. So if you're Leonard, you're going to have to realize that the next time you get Haugen down on the mat. But we haven't seen Haugen be the one being more the offensive wrestler, so to speak here, Joe. He's had to play a little bit more defense, but he still has it in a really good spot at 2-2.
Yeah, well, I mean, he got taken down right away at the beginning, and he got away after that, and then he obviously, started in the down position. So he got his 1 point that he wanted by choosing that position, and here we go on their feet. It's a brand new match, 2-2.
1:25 left here in this second period. Again on deck, Dylan Self from Central Cass against Prouty from Northern Lights at 285, and then we'll get to the 100-pound weight class after that at 106. But right now, who's going to make that move and get up on our scoreboard here and try to earn some points? 6-4. Houle earned a fall early in the first period, while Herbold 14-2 over Baumgartner for the 4 points here for Northern Lights.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so Haugen got in a nice hook underneath, and but he rode him out of bounds. But definitely Haugen is in control of the pummeling at this point in the middle of the mat.
And that was right in front of the Central Cass fans. You could see them getting on their feet, too, wanting a little bit point being awarded.
And again, the same situation. Haugen's in on an underhook and rides him out of bounds, and they warned Northern Lights for stalling.
How many warnings do you get, Joe, before it's a point? Is it 2?
First one's a warning, second one's a point.
And have you ever...
And then every one after that's a point.
It's a point, okay.
Yep.
So you get your first warning, and then after that, it's going to be costly to you. And right now, Haugen trying to be more the aggressor here in this second period, and we've definitely seen it from the onslaught. With 20 seconds left here in the second period, trying to get another 2-point takedown and try to work with a lead for the first time.
Yeah, Leonard's got underhooks in. Working, trying to get around back. This is a good match. That's back and forth. Leonard has been the aggressor a little bit here. They ran out of bounds back in the middle with 9 seconds to go, tied 2-2.
We'll see if Haugen or Leonard can maybe pick up a quick point before the end of this period. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. So we'll go to the third at 2 apiece with Haugen and Leonard. Again, 4-5 matchup in this Class B state duel. Central Cass Squirrels, the champs out of Region 2. Back-to-back years.
This is where duels can be decided, right? Like 3-point win for either guy is a 6-point swing for the other team.
And there's going to be a stalling warning
Yep.
against Leonard. So to your point here, now it's a point awarded here to Haugen. So Haugen just 1 point here, 1 point there, now leads 3-2.
Yeah, he's aggressive and moving forward, and Leonard's backing up. Still backing up.
Haugen's just going to keep trying to push him to the mat and say, if you're going to keep doing that, we'll try to earn another one as this one comes across. What's the move here if you're Haugen, Joe, that you're kind of looking for against Leonard?
Well, you want to, I mean, you're ahead 3-2, right? So you want to be aggressive, but you also want to be smart. You don't want to get yourself into a bad throwing position or anything that's going to give up a takedown to lose the match, right? You're in control. Continue to be aggressive, which he just did, right? Riding out of bounds, ran him out of bounds, but at the same time, you're in the position of strength, so don't do anything that's risky.
And for Leonard, he's kind of played more of, I'm not going to say the old rope-a-dope here, but, you know, he's kind of been waiting to see, and we've already been a stall warning and then been called for stalling, and just Haugen just kind of saying, I'm just going to push you off the match, and if it takes 5-10 seconds each time, we'll gladly do it and take the win here from the squirrel point of view.
No control. Oh, jeez. Wow.
And just like that, Leonard gets 2 points and works on top of Haugen. Now 4-3 here with 50 seconds left in this third period.
Haugen was in almost had his knees weren't touching at the right time, but otherwise Haugen would have had the takedown, and instead Leonard ends up on top, and now he's going for a move. If he sinks a half. Oh wow. He's working to put Haugen on his back. Referee's counting back points. 1, 1,002, 1,003, 1,004, 1,005. He's got 3 near fall, and there's the pin.
With 24 seconds left in the third period, how about Leonard in that third period here against Haugen? A guy that wasn't being the aggressor all of a sudden made a move, and Joe finishes off with big 6 points here for Northern Lights.
Yeah, I mean, that's heavy. That's the heavier guys wrestling right there. You know, they go through bouts in the match where they look for opportunities, and when they find them, they sink them in and they go. That's tough for Central Cass, but you know what? Good for Leonard to get aggressive at the time of the match when you need to.
And now Dylan Sell, a man that finished on the podium, fourth, falling to Grant Lyons from Lisbon, going on against Prouty here at 285 pounds.
I'm super proud of Dylan yesterday. Came in as the 4th seed and left as a 4th place finisher. That's great for a first-year placer. And, he's really matured over the course of the last few years. Definitely a strong wrestler. Both guys are got good bases, as you can see, as heavyweights. Both working, pummeling inside, trying to get underhooks, overhooks.
And something that's going to be different on the individual side next year will be East-West in Class B. It won't be Region 1, Region 2, but from a dual side here, again, the Central Cass Squirrels back-to-back out of a Region 2, and I know talking with Travis Lamar last week, he said we wanted to kind of leave on a historical note, both as individual champs in that region and as dual champs in that region as well, Joe.
Well, it's true, and there's actually rumors going around that Central Cass might end up in the EDC and A next year too. So you don't know, but like you said, the one thing we know for sure is that Region 2 is no more for Central Cass, and you're right, we left back-to-back champions, and that's you can't take that away from them, that's for sure.
And Prouty's going to get the first 2 points here on the scoreboard against Sell as he'll work up top with 35 seconds. Now trying to bring Sell over and get some back points, but Sell trying to get back to his base here as they work on the edge of the mat.
Yeah, Prouty's got that ankle. He did have the ankle hooked, and rides him out of bounds, and they're heading back into the middle.
So 2-0 is your score with 25 seconds left in this first period for Prouty against Sell. If you just joined us, Herbal won by a major decision, 14-2. Anthony Houle earned a fall in the first period. Then Leonard earned a fall in the third period for Northern Lights against Haugen. That's where we have our 10-6 score right now.
Oh, Sells hits a Peterson. Is he going to get in control? 2 reversal. What 2 reversal back.
So going to the end of this first period, it'll be 4-2. 2 points award to Sell, 2 points award to Prouty, as the officials will talk it over here and make sure that they got what they want. I think Central Cass was asking maybe for some near fall points here.
Well, So they gave Sell was on the bottom, so they gave Sell the reversal for 2, and then gave Prouty the reversal back. But yes, like you said, Central Cass was asking for some near fall points while he was in control, but the referees took quite some time to acknowledge the reversal in the first place, so there wasn't an opportunity for the, and that's a hard situation to give points, or to know. Oh, Prouty escapes to start the second period, so he is up 5-2. They're back on their feet.
Still to come after this on deck will be from the 285 to the 106-pound. Call for Central Cass against Henderson for Northern Lights. Then at 113, it's Urbach against Gores here, as after that 113 will be right in the middle part of this duel between Northern Lights and Central Cass. And reminder again, at 160, Northern Lights is open, so Olsen Tingelstad and the Squirrels are going to get awarded points at that 160, which is the second to last match here of this duel. Still 5-2 right now as you have Prouty and Sell locking horns.
Yeah, they're both working inside. They're on the edge of the mat right now, but they're circling back in towards the middle. 1 minute to go in the second period. Dillon's looking to try to get some position. I mean, this is the thing you got to love about the heavyweights is it's just jockeying on the inside, trying to get position for a throw, or completely different than when you're down in the 106s and 13s where kids are flying around everywhere. And
on the girls' side, Central Cass tied up with the Bismarck Century 12-12 as they go to the 100-pound weight class. But again, 12-12 between Central Cass and Bismarck Century on the girls' side. Here on the boys' side right now, still 5-2 Prouty over Sell.
Well, and Anna White is our 100-pound state champion from Central Cass coming up to wrestle here. So hopefully she'll be looking to get 6 here.
Squirrels got a lot going on right now. Back-to-back mats on Matt on the near side and on the far side here. And here's going to be 2 more points awarded to Prouty as he's working on top of Sell with 13 seconds left on the near side here of the mat. Trying to close out this period up by 5 as they go to the third. As Prouty is going to finish this one off in the second period, 7-2. So we still got 1 more period to go, but Prouty's put himself in a good position. We kind of thought the same for Haugen last match against Leonard. Then we saw Leonard with the move. So Sell will try to make a good move here for the Squirrels and get right back into it and try to get Prouty at least minimize the points and possibly earn a fall to get some big awarded points here for the Squirrels.
Yep, 5-point match going into the third period. Heavyweights, you gotta go neutral and you gotta go get your throw. So Dillon's gonna look for an underhook. I would assume with his right hand, and then look for an overhook and look for a throw. But Prouty has no interest in Dillon having an underhook, as you can see.
Prouty doing a good job just playing a little bit of defense here, just trying to make sure to see where Dillon's going to make that move and try to block it, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing defense, but at the same time, he's staying aggressive, right? Like, obviously, he just rode Dillon out of bounds. So you can play defense when you're in control without actually not wrestling. So
they'll take advantage of it too, because the clock continues to wind here. Is now they're going to get 2 points here for Prouty. Now it's going to be from what the score was, it's 7-2 to 9-2, and then he'll let the escape here for Sell.
And he cut him, obviously, we say in the business, because to let him go, so because he needs a major decision. So he's currently up 6 points now after giving him that escape. If he can get a takedown and ride him out, that would be a major for 4 points instead of a 3-point decision. And now he just got the takedown.
Sell went for the left leg, and Prouty was able to come around, and then he'll cut him again.
Yeah. So now it's a 7-point match, and I don't know why he didn't try to ride him out, but he's going to have to get another takedown. I mean, Prouty's going to be as aggressive as Sell at this point.
Currently, it's 3 points awarded to Northern Lights. If another point is awarded here for Prouty, it would be 4 points upcoming. And there's 2, and now here more than likely just becomes the ride out here, but Sell trying to get it right back here against Prouty.
Well, Sell's got a really nice Peterson, we call it, where you reverse, you sit back in and reverse guy to his back, and so that's why he's cutting him, because he doesn't want to get Peterson by Sell. Wow.
And the final here looks to be 13-5 Prouty over South. So that's going to be a major decision awarded to Northern Lights as they will now take a 14-6 lead through 4 weight classes, as now we go to the 106-pound division with Call and Henderson. We'll see how large that extra point, Joe, will kind of be a little bit later on as this duel continues.
Yeah, that was an impressive performance by Prouty there. I mean, he stayed in the match and he stayed aggressive all the way to the end.
Well, the Central Cass Squirrels on the girls' side, 18-18, and then we just got a fall across the way for the Squirrels. So they'll take a 24-18 lead over the Bismarck Century Patriots here on the girls' side. On the boys' side, we'll get to 106 pounds with Colin Henderson. Slated to check in here for Central Cass and Northern Lights. From there, Urbach at 113 going up against Scores, then Crandall against Tandeschi here at 120. That's upcoming here in this wrestling duel.
Yeah, a couple of young guys here, 8th and 9th graders at 106. Henderson and Call.
Lisbon Broncos right now well in control against Henninger Scranton Bison, 23-9. Again, the winner of this match will go up against that winner in the semifinals. The loser will go up against the loser in the consolation semis. Both of those will be at 12:30. We'll have separate streams for you here on YourLiveEvent.com, where we're following the Lisbon Broncos, the Central Cass boys and girls wrestling teams throughout the day here on YourLiveEvent.com. As we get the 106-pound division underway here between Call and Henderson.
Wow, Henderson came out super aggressive, sticks Call up into a cradle, and is earning back points. Oh, but Call's fighting hard. Referee's got 2 in the mat for near fall points. Now 3. He's looking for a pin and doesn't get it. Call fights out of it and gets back to his belly. So working to get to his base. It's a 5-0 match right away.
So Henderson continues to work on top of Call here 40 seconds into this first period.
Working a chicken wing on the left side of the body, trying to grab that far right wrist, and then he's going to go back and forth.
It's currently Henderson, again, been in control of this match in the opening 60 seconds, but as you mentioned, Joe called it a good job just, avoiding that early fall here. And right now, just trying to find a way to get to that second period or maybe even make a move. But currently, Henderson's got Call on the back and looking to finish it off here with 45 seconds. There it is.
That was locked tight. Ran a double chicken wing, circled the head, and
so for Northern Lights now 20-6. That's going to be the third different pin in this match. 2 awarded to Northern Lights and 1 awarded to Central Cass. Now we go to 113, where Urbach will go up against Gores.
And they're off and running. Both guys coming out strong and aggressive. A couple of sophomores, 113 pounds.
As right now, Northern Lights, it's been 3 straight matches where they've either earned 4 or 6 points here, and Urbach will try to change that now for the Central Cass Squirrels.
Gores came out and was in a front headlock position. Tried to get around back, just about got around back. The referee started to signal 2, and then he changed his mind. And so he's in on a single leg on Urbach right now, trying to get him down to the mat. He's got to touch that knee to the mat to get the 2 points there. Oh, they called potentially dangerous before they signaled the 2. So they're going to end up back in the neutral position.
Our Central Cass right now, we'll see, as you mentioned, a neutral position here, and for both teams, for both sides to get back up. And First took it early, unable to get the point. It's still scoreless 60 seconds in.
Oh, nice ankle pick opportunity there for Urbach, but backed out when he realized that he didn't have position, and they're reset and working.
Both continue to lock up here, still scoreless.
Yeah. Gores is heavy on the head. He keeps working the head and pulling Urbach down and getting into front headlock positions and stuff. Urbach's going to want to stop letting that happen. But as he's working his head, Urbach's looking for a knee pick or an ankle pick. They're circling back in the middle. Lots of action, but Gore's got an underhook on the left side, trying to work him down. Oh, nice knee pick by Urbach for 2 right at the end of the first period.
Good move here by Urbach. Now just trying to hold on here with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and that'll be it for period number 1 as Urbach will take a 2-0 advantage into the second period against Scores. Again, on deck is Crandall against Tandeschi at 120, then 126. Peterson for Central Cass goes up against Herman for Northern Lights. It's a good move there from Urbach, and now what are you going to see from Urbach the second time? As you mentioned, Gore's heavy on the head. Where do you go the second period around?
I mean, again, I think Gores will stop being so heavy on the head if you can get in there and get the. Well, I lied. Gores is back in on a front headlock, but you gotta not let him lock up that front headlock and look, like you said, for the ankle pick or the knee pick because it's exposed. Ooh.
Now 2 points awarded
Gores
here to Gores.
is just locked up a inside cradle. Or outside cradle, excuse me, and he's looking for back points. I don't know if he's, 1,000, yep, the referee's counting back points. And calls the pin.
So a second consecutive pin for Northern Lights at 1:12 left in the second period. Gores over Urbach here, and add another 6 points here for Northern Lights. Now 26-6, and it's been 4 consecutive matches that have been towards Northern Lights for points. A pin, a major decision, a pin, and a pin here, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to be giving up those bonus points, big bonus points, especially in a match like we finished the first period in control of that match, and but we got Josiah Crandall here, senior at 120 pounds, captain, leader of this team, wrestling Tandeschi, a sophomore. And so Joey should be coming out and looking super strong and aggressive for 2 reasons. 1, we need points, or Central Cass needs points, and 2, he needs to send a message to the rest of this team that this is not doom and gloom and we can still come back and win this thing.
As it's currently, again, midway point here of this duel, as coming up next will be Peterson and Herman, then Lamar and Anderson at 132 across the way. Lisbon Broncos in control, 29-12 over Henninger Scranton Bison, that at 132 pounds, so a little bit ahead of where we are on mat number 10 here on the near side. For Central Cass and Crandall right now trying to earn those points, working on that left leg against Tandeschi.
Joey's in on he got his knees down, got 2, rode him out of bounds, so Tandeschi's down, Josiah Crandall on top, up 2-0 with 1:10 to go.
So Tandeschi and Crandall will work up top here as they resume wrestling with 60 seconds, as Joe said here. Chase Miller, Joe Deutsch with you from the Fargo. It's the North Dakota State Wrestling Dual Tournament here on YourLiveEvent.com. This broadcast of this North Dakota High School Activities Association is brought to you in part by arrangement with our friends at the North Dakota High School Activities Association. As Crandall continues to work on top here over Tandeschi.
Yeah, he's trying to find things to do, but Tandeschi's not opening up much at all underneath. So he's trying to work some chicken wings. He's trying to work some control positions where he's manipulating the arm, but Tandeschi's tight. He's not opening up much. Oh, Joey's got the wing back. He's trying to run a half on the left side, half Nelson, back and forth, figuring out which side he's going to turn him on, grab the far left wrist, and run him over. Is it going to be in time to get some points? No.
So as we go to the second period, it'll be Josiah Crandall 2, Tandeschi from Northern Lights scoreless here at the 120-pound weight class. And one thing that we know at this particular juncture, Central Cass, to what you said earlier, Joe, not doom and gloom, but I understand they need points and they need to get some things going their way. Currently, right now, down by 20.
And a senior captain's the person to not only say it, but go out there and show it. So I don't know if the Tandeschi had choice right away or if we deferred, but Tandeschi chose on their feet, which is interesting because Crandall is in on a shot again here. They're right on the edge of the mat. And he's going to secure the two before they go out of bounds. And they're out. So job, Josiah Crandall.
Pretty much right the move that we saw in the first period, right, Joe?
It was. It was. I'm honestly surprised that that Tandeschi chose neutral because, but here we go.
And Crandall works up top as they get back to the center of the mat. That same move was about 5 feet over to the right, closer to the Central Cass bench than what we saw before. And Crandall right now has a decision win, but he wants to add to it, currently up 4-0. Here with 65 seconds left in the second period, working up top, trying to ride Tandeschi here, and Tandeschi's trying to get to his base, but Crandall's done a really good job just keeping him down on the mat, not allowing him to make a move right now, Joe.
Yeah, and he's tight. Joey's having trouble getting in and finding an opportunity to turn him because he's not opening up much, and now the stalling call just came for not opening up on the bottom. So Tandeschi gets hit with a stalling call on the bottom because, you got to start thinking about when you're up 20 points. If you don't think you can win a match, make sure you don't lose that match by any more team points than you have to.
You're playing kind of with the insurance card, so to speak, a little bit when you're.
I'm not saying it's happening. I'm just saying it's discussed.
So the Central Cass Squirrels able to advance over Bismarck Century 54-24 on the girls' side. So the Squirrels are going to the semifinals on the girls' division, and the Squirrels with some work to do right now on the boys' division as you have Josiah Crandall working up top in the center of the mat against Tandeschi. And we're going to go to the second period. So 2 moves by Crandall, the same move that resulted in 2 points. And now what we're going to see here with 2 minutes, obviously Crandall's going to be aggressive with what the team score is right now, Joe. He's got to be the aggressor even though he's going to start in the downward position. Yeah,
he's got to get at least to a major here. Travis Lamar put him on his bottom. Oh, and he sits back and secures a reversal.
So 2 points right off the shoot here, not even before you blink.
So now look, this is going to come in. The referee's going to have to recognize that if he's already called him for a stalling call once, he's going to have to force him to open up and wrestle.
So right now, Tandeschi has a point to give before it would become a major decision. Currently 6-0 here for Crandall.
Yeah.
1 point that he has a differential in, but what Crandall's looking to do is at least earn 2 points or 1 more takedown, or if Tandeschi's just going to be waiting to kind of ride out this match and not really go at it, maybe you can get 2 stalling points, as you mentioned, Joe, already with the warning being called.
Yeah, I mean, with an escape being worth half as much as a takedown, to cut him and take him down, cut him down, and take him, it's hard to get those 2 points. So you really want to try to turn him, but at the same time, he's just not opening up on the bottom. So at some point, I think the coaches, Central Cass, are going to start screaming for, oh, he got him over.
So here comes
he ran that chicken wing over the head, and he's getting his near fall points.
50 seconds left here in this third period.
Now he needs a pin. Now he needs to settle in for the pin. He's got 45 seconds, plenty of time. Joey, settle in.
Squirrels looking for their second pin of this duel if they can get it. The first game by Hool at 195, but 3 points will be awarded. So now it is a major decision at this point.
Yep, but he's going to continue to keep working and try to get something extra. He's got a cross face on and looking to.
For Tandeschi, again, as you mentioned, Joe, just being very tight, not trying to open up at all, understanding the situation, right?
Nothing good happens to him when he opens up on the bottom. That's just a fact.
So under 10 seconds right now, there's going to be a point awarded for stalling, so now 10-0. But it might be a little bit too late here for Crandall. He will earn 4 big points, however, for the Squirrels. He will be unable to finish the pin, but Crandall at 120 pounds does earn 4 points for a Central Cass, as we'll now go to the 126 division with Peterson going up against Herman here against Northern Lights across the way. Lisbon 41, Henniger Scranton the Bison 24 at the 160-pound weight class as we go to 126 here between Central Cass and Northern Lights.
Brady Peterson, great wrestler, junior from Central Cass. I've had a chance to watch him and work with him a little bit, and he had unfortunate individual tournament yesterday, which I hope will motivate him today to go out and be strong. I mean, he's got a battery that never stops.
Well, and I tell you what, he might be taking our positions here in a couple of years with how charismatic Brady is as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, nice.
Brady trying to work in on the leg.
Gets the takedown.
Right
trying to lock up an inside cradle. And he got it. No. Well, one count. He's got that inside cradle. He's got to put his head in the hole and turn it over. Head in his ribs. There it is. Now he's putting his head in there. Turn him over. If he can get 6 here, that'll be huge for Central Cass. Get back into this duel.
And Herman's working the edge of the match right now as they'll come across. And Peterson right now makes it 4-0, but you can see Travis Lamar right away saying, you got the man right there, just finish him off,
well,
right?
Yeah, he wanted him to put his head in his ribs, put the head in the hole, and it makes it a lot easier. You don't have to work so hard with, oh boy, this kid's coming around on a switch. Yeah, reached around back, grabs Peterson's leg and circles around back for a reversal too. So
Herman will be awarded 2 points here, 4-2 right now. 40 seconds left here. Again, it's Josiah Brady Peterson going up against Braylon Herman here for Northern Lights.
Kind of surprised he only got 2 near fall points out of that cradle. Maybe his shoulders weren't beyond that 90 degrees enough. But
and now Herman on the other side is working to try to bring Peterson around and earn a couple more points. Peterson gets back to a base here as he's back on top. Trying to get the escape for a point. They'll work each other off the mat with 11 seconds left here in this first period. 4-2 Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson's got to get back in control of this match by getting an escape in the last 11 seconds of the first period. And if anybody can do it, it's him. But he's got to go.
So see if Peterson can try to work that escape.
There it is. Oh, breaks him back down.
That's how we'll end this first period of play at 4-2. Peterson on deck at 132 is Peyton Lamar going up against Anderson from Northern Lights. And at 138, it's going to be Link against DeLong. So that is what's on deck and coming up here for this Class B dual quarterfinal round action between the Squirrels and Northern Lights.
I saw Brady Peterson look to his side and say he wanted to defer. So I'm guessing that Herman decided to pick the up position, which is not necessarily usually done when you're. But I think maybe they thought they saw something when he was on top at the end of the first period, and maybe looking to work from there.
All I know is the food here at the Fargo Dome over 3 days, you can smell it. The hot dogs and everything else. And for a wrestler, you're ready to eat probably after a weekend like this, right, Joe?
Oh, especially those sugar almonds that they got.
Oh, my God,
that
those
just
smell so good. The
carry
aroma.
them through the dome. You know you're in the dome when you smell the almonds.
All right, now the Herman trying to get, and there's the escape here for Peterson. So we'll get back to both of them in a neutral spot here. 5-2 for Brady with the advantage as we near the midway point of period number 2.
Yeah, they just they went out of bounds. 1 minute to go in the second period.
Talk about the headgear too for Brady. What's it a little bit different for Herman? Is that just for concussion reasons here, Joe, in terms of what Brady's wearing compared to his?
Yeah, he had a situation in a duel where he ended up getting slammed down on the ground and concussion. But I'm a bigger fan of that sort of headgear, because if you watch Brady wrestle, you aren't going to see any issues with him having straps in his eyes or anything like that. And he's in on a nice shot here now and looking to come out the back door and secure 2. And he does. As soon as he hooks the leg in the back, that makes it 2 points. So Brady's up 7-2. But yeah, you see all these guys with their top strap comes down and it's across their eyes, and you can't tell me that you're concentrating on wrestling when you've got a strap across your eyes. So I like that headgear.
As Peterson again continues to work on top over Herman, there's 15 seconds left in this second period. 7-2 your score for Peterson at 126 pounds right now. Trying to earn some more points coming across the way, and Herman just understands the situation and where the time is, trying to get to that third period. No worse than being down by 5 points as Peterson trying to bring him over, and that's how we'll end this second. And to your point, I'll be curious how we see it, because we've heard in football how many times over the helmets over the last decade with different ways, and we have a quick little blood time out here brought to you in part by Bank North. But at the end of the day, Joe, I wonder if more wrestlers might go to that if they have a situation. I know it's comfort and what you're used to, and if you're always used to one way to another, it might take a while for you to get used to that.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's not, if it's not what you've known, you're not comfortable. But again, going back to most wrestlers are going to say to you, I'm fine. Like, I've never gotten my bell rung but most football plays, people aren't getting their bell rung either. But the one play that it happens, the one time when a guy picks a guy up and accidentally rides him out of bounds to the concrete and hits their head on it, is the concussion. So, like you said, it's better to be protected, especially if the piece of equipment is not invasive. Like this headgear is clearly not invasive. It may be not what you're used to wrestling with, but it's not prohibiting you from effectively wrestling.
It almost looks like the 1910, 1920s football helmet a little bit. Is what it kind of looks like.
If it was leather.
Yeah, if it was leather. Yeah, exactly what it looks like. 7-2, they'll start in the neutral position in this third period. Again, a 5-point edge for Peterson. So he's trying to get at least 3 more points here to get to a major. On the opposite side for Herman, he's going to be finding himself on the bottom, and here comes Peterson right off the back with some near fall points. So 2 points taken with near fall points coming.
Settle in, Brady. Settle in. You got plenty of time. A minute and a half. He's got to stretch that arm towards the referee's head. Yep, there he keeps moving it. The further he puts it towards the referee's head, he's going to roll through. That's one last push the kid got from
Northern Lights with
Herman. Got himself got one big roll through and got back to his base. So we're looking at a 12-2 match with 1 minute to go.
So currently 4 points being awarded if it ended right now to Central Cass, but Peterson's going to try to add to it right now, and he's got some work to do with 60 seconds while Herman.
But he knows, he's had him flat on his back twice this match, so he knows he's capable of doing it. It's just a matter of making it happen. But if Herman's,
there's a stall warning.
Is balling up on the bottom because he's got a job to do, and it's not give up 6 points right now.
And there's a point going to be awarded with that stall as well. So now it's 11-point edge here for Peterson.
But it's going to take 4 more stalling calls in the next 30 seconds too. But he's going to get through. He's got, there we go. Back points. And go for the pin.
20 seconds left here in this third period.
He's circling towards the head, to try to, and you keep working. You got 10 seconds, settle in.
Now with 9, trying to finish off the fall here late. Herman trying to avoid giving up 6 points. 2 seconds, 1 second. Can they get the fall? No fall coming. The Squirrels bench wanted it, but 3 points awarded, and they're going to miss the tech fall by a point. So it'll be 16-2. The Squirrels will get 4 points here, and Herman just sneaks out of there literally with seconds remaining here, Joe.
Yeah, wrestling is an individual sport. In theory, when you lose, you don't win. But there are times that, you do in duels where you take care of your team by losing not as bad as you could have potentially lost. So.
And the Lisbon Broncos right now, they're going to advance over Hettinger Scranton. That'll be a final of 51-24. So Lisbon back in the semifinals. The winner of this match will go up against the Lisbon Broncos at 12:30 here from the Fargo. At 1:32, it's Lamar against Anderson here, and then you got Lincoln DeLong on deck at 1:38. And right off the bat, Lamar's going to get 2 points as he gets Anderson down to the ground, and Lamar trying to make quick work here early of Anderson in this first period.
Yeah, Lamar's a junior, been out for 2 years with ACL tears as freshman and sophomore. So. He's aggressive and definitely ready to help Central Cass get it going. Obviously, we know who his dad is, right? So his dad, I'm sure his dad told him to get out there and get aggressive and turn this thing around for us. So
Peyton Lamar here from Central Cass against Bridger Anderson from Northern Lights. Again, this is at 132 pounds, and they say wrestling's a family sport, and I think the Lamars can attest to that right now with Grace being on the girls' side, and obviously what we've seen from Peyton here, as you mentioned, having to deal with those injuries, but a really good football player from able to play in the Fargo Dome, finish as runner-up this season in 11B, and obviously having himself a good junior season on the mat.
Absolutely, yeah.
So 50 seconds left in this first period. Peyton Lamar still working up top here on Anderson, up by 2.
He's got a chicken wing on the left side and trying to grab the far wrist. Oh, he's going to look for a butcher.
Again,
Yeah, definitely in control. Lamar is at this point 2-0 with 30 seconds to go.
Almost very similar to what Peterson and Herman were doing back in the last match at 126 pounds with where we kind of are right now, 132 with what Lamar and Anderson are kind of working at the edge of the mat. Now, well, Lamar's going to try to get some 2 points coming in near fall, but he's going to get awarded 2. So now it's going to be 4-0 here, and he's going to try to close this one out with some more points upcoming with 15 seconds left in this first period. Lamar's got him at the edge of the mat here.
Yeah, 2 near fall points they gave him because he started a new move. And he's going to look, get that chicken wing in and try to turn it over but runs out of time right as he turned him to his back. So definitely in control at this point is Lamar.
Really nice start here for the Central Cass Squirrels. 26-14 Northern Lights over Central Cass. Lisbon does win 50-24 is the final against Henninger Scranton. New Salem Almont right now currently in advantage over Pembina County North 45-18. Also in the Class B dual bracket.
Lamar's in on a nice shot and dumps him, trying to climb the tree here and secure 2. Got to get his knee to touch the mat before. No, it doesn't happen. Rides him out of bounds.
So Lamar's been in control, though, of this opening 2.5 minutes here, Joe, and he'll going to try to continue to earn some points, understanding obviously his own situation, but where the team score is at, currently down by 12 for Central Cass.
Right, absolutely. They got a nice in on a nice high crotch as Lamar. He's going to look to turn the corner and try to secure 2.
As right now Anderson trying to get back on top of Lamar.
We got a scramble situation here where Lamar's in on a leg, but Anderson is but Anderson's got the inside leg hooked, and so
he's going to get the 2 points for that too to trim it down now to 4-2 as Anderson works on the left arm right now of Lamar on the mat. And Lamar trying to escape and get out of it or come back with an all move himself and brings him down to the mat for 2 points.
Yeah, 2 reversal. He looked Anderson looked for what was called a 3/4 stack, where he tried to pull Lamar's head down while he had his ankle hooked and try to get a faller, but it didn't work. And Lamar got the reversal, and now he's walking over, about to get into position to secure his back points and hopefully a pin for the Squirrels.
Lamar working down right now on Anderson. 20 seconds left here in this second period. Lamar working up top again, working. Try to finish this off here. And there it is. There's the fall, and 6 points awarded to Central Cass with 11 seconds left in the period. And the Squirrels are right back in business here, down 26-20. And the Squirrels now have rattled off 3 consecutive matches here where they've earned some points. It was 10-0 Crandall over Tandeschi. Peterson 16-2 over Herman. So 2 major decisions now at the fall. And we go to 138 with Link against DeLong upcoming here on the mat.
Yeah, this is a stretch of Central Cass's lineups where they're strong. And when I say strong, I mean just energy, leaders, and they're going to go open.
So they're going to go open here at 138.
Yeah.
So Link will get awarded. So DeLong will be on that one. So we'll have to see what.
Probably going to bump everybody else up a weight class because you had the open at 160.
So we'll see.
So that ties the duel up at 26-26.
On what we have, and we knew that the open weight class was coming at some point. So you're going to have Jaden Johnson at 138 pounds is what they have it here on track wrestling. And so now we go to
is DeLong going to wrestle for them.
We're going to see what everything gets thrown in officially again from the table to where we are right now. So Grady Link at 145 will go up against DeLong here. So at 138, you're going to have Jaden Johnson earn 6 points. And now Link will go up against DeLong here at 145 pounds.
Ah.
So DeLong right now will be working across the way here, and he'll be working on the near side against Link. So something a little bit different here. 2 points awarded right off the bat, and that'll be to DeLong working on top here of Link. So again, from here on out, we should be having wrestling and no more open weight classes. The Squirrels able to get 4 consecutive weight classes, though, now with points. And it's a brand new duel here, Joe, with 4 weight classes to go.
Right. Yeah. So, Link is about to try to pull through a headlock, which we know he's capable of doing in the past. But
and then you have DeLong here.
Yeah.
Haviland for Northern Lights working back on top of Link and now trying to get a little bit of his own hook in, working on that right elbow.
Yeah, DeLong has got is stretched out and, with the legs in and looking for back points, and he's getting them right now. He's got Link arm stretched out. Link's trying to roll through. DeLong is settling. Oh, Link's got him high. Link's got him high.
3 points is awarded to DeLong here now, 5-0 with 30 seconds in this first period.
And DeLong, so he started a new move. So he got his 3 near fall, and then he put him right back in the same situation. And now he's got the pin secured.
So DeLong earns 6 points here with the fall for Northern Lights, as it's now 32-26. What we had was Graber going up against Eno, but we'll officially see again who the 2 wrestlers are going to be upcoming here in a moment in this 4-5 matchup. So with 3 weight classes to go, the Squirrels now will have some work to be done here with 152, 160, and 170 still to come, down 32-26.
Yeah, Central Cass is at 152 here with Graber.
Going up against Cole Henderson here for Northern Lights. So Henderson now at 152. Going to be going up against Caden Graber, as you mentioned, as we start this weight class now at 152 pounds. Henderson says 170 in the program, so we're getting some change-ups here coming up.
That's an awful lot of weight difference there.
So Graber right now again with 3 classes left at 160 and 170. Winner will advance to go up against Lisbon in the semifinals at 12:30. The loser will go up against Henninger Scranton, the Bison Nighthawks, but 2 points awarded right off the bat here for Graber.
Yeah, they called either full Nelson or potentially dangerous. 1 point green, so they must have called a full Nelson on Graber after he secured the pin. Secured the takedown.
36 seconds here into this first period, both getting some adjustments as one of the officials will come back to the head table and double check what we have for points here. Again, currently 2-0 Graber. What we had was on deck would have been Olsen Tinglestead against the open weight class, but obviously we know that's not going to happen anymore from a Northern Lights perspective, Joe. And then you had at 170 here coming up for the Central Cass Squirrels with Thornton going up against Henderson. So, and Henderson's obviously wrestling right now.
Right.
So for Northern Lights, we'll see a little bit of a difference. The question is, how much is 170 going to matter or not? Because currently it's a 6-point edge for Northern Lights, and if they can earn wins in the next 2 classes, that 170 is going to be irrelevant in terms of Central Cass trying to come back and win this match.
Yeah, Graber wasn't a qualifier for this individual state tournament, and he's in control at the moment. Olsen Tinglestead finished 8th in the individual yesterday, and Stone Thornton finished 7th. So we've got strong wrestlers from Central Cass coming up, which will make this an exciting finish. I'm hoping.
It will be. There's just one other duel going on right now as New Salem Almont advance 55-21, and currently it's South Border going up against the Velva Aggies, and at a 160 right now, it's the South Border Mustangs 44 make that now 50-18. So it looks like all the top seeds 1, 2, and 3 have advanced, and so what you would expect in a 4-5 match to go right down to the nitty-gritty here in this quarterfinals.
Right. Yeah.
Graber working up top here, still 2-0. I'd make that 2-1, against Henderson.
Yeah, Henderson tried a Granby, which is a roll where you roll through and try to come out on top and or escape at least, and Graber broke him down and is in control, looking to now.
As Graber continues to work on top while Henderson trying to get back to his base. And Graber currently trying to work that lock and try to roll him over here while Henderson trying to get back to his feet. There's a spin.
Yeah, he's trying to Granby there too, but the positive of that is you could get separation and escape, but the other one is you could get caught and put on your back too.
And we got a blood timeout here. We'll break as well quickly with 28 seconds left in this first period. It's 2-1 currently with the edge. Graber over Henderson here at 152 pounds.
New Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans are here. In the Hillsboro area, contact Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877. These new Golden Harvest Gold Series soybeans feature exclusive genetics and high-demand trait platforms like Enlist E3 soybeans and XtendFlex soybeans. Golden Harvest Seeds. Talk with your area representative, Tim Cassette, 701-430-0877 for Golden Harvest Seed.
As we come back after that Bank North blood timeout, as they resume action here, it's going to be Graber going into the second period of 2-1 over Henderson. And again, there's still 2 weight classes left, but what Central Cass can ill afford to do here moving forward is a tech fall or anything of a pin. You want to at least give your guys in Olsen, Tingleston, and Thornton opportunities where they don't need to go out there, Joe, and just have to earn back-to-back pins as an example to move on to the semifinals.
I mean, that's it, absolutely. You want to put your team in an opportunity to be successful.
So right now, starting this second period, as they're going to have Graber currently working with 2 points on the reversal there. Now makes it a 4-1 edge, with 1:45 left in this second period at, again, 152 pounds, as this is going to be the final match that's going through as, again, Henninger Scranton, Bison fall to Lisbon. You're going to have South Border over the Velva Aggies, then also advancing here for New Salem Almont for the Holsteins, now 4-2 with 1:25 left in the second period.
Yeah, Henderson got an escape. And they're back on their feet in the neutral position. Might even be a good thing for Graber to get into, try to find a takedown that's going to get him also into a back point situation.
Graber and Henderson right now both working at the center of the mat. Working up top is going to be Graber. Graber now will see if he can roll Henderson over to get those 2 points and those back points that Joe was just alluding to.
Yeah, Graber still, or Henderson still had that. Had the leg inside, so Graber couldn't get around back and secure the 2 points. So they're back on their feet, 4-2 with 50 seconds to go.
This duel just started over an hour ago here from the Fargo. The next duel is scheduled to get underway at 12:30 in the Constellation semis in the semifinal round action.
I mean, this is, we don't get these in duels often enough. I mean, we really don't. Where both teams are full and pretty equally matched. I mean, to have a duel come down like this is exciting because we don't get duels that are this close very often.
Graber right now trying to work Henderson down. Henderson was down to a knee. Now Graber trying to come back up here, and we'll see if he can come around on Henderson. Graber trying to work on that left side here of Henderson. There's 2 points awarded.
Henderson let go of that leg right at the end of the period, and so Graber got behind for 2, and we're going to head into the third period, 6-2 in favor of Central Cass.
If this would end this way, it would be 3 points being awarded to the Squirrels, which again, they just need points no matter how they can get it here to allow both Olsen, Tingleston, and Thornton with an opportunity going to 160 and 170. But for Graber right now, Joe, how aggressive are you against Henderson here? Because you can ill afford to make a mistake and then get pinned the other way here,
Right, but at the same time, you want to potentially try to get to a major, and if I'm guessing Henderson's thought process, it's going to be ball up and not wrestle on the bottom so that you don't give up that major. So
For Henderson, we've seen this a couple times in this particular match where the stalling has been called, and then obviously we've seen some points be awarded. Graber right now working up top, 30 seconds into this third period, still 6-2.
So I'm saying, oh, there we go. Graber's got the pinning combination coming here.
There's going to be points getting awarded. Now he's just looking for the fall.
Straighten that arm out towards the referee's head. Straighten it out towards the referee's head. Minute and 10 seconds to go. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. This is going to be huge.
There's the fall, and now we're tied at 32 with 1:02 left in the third period. Graber with it 6-0. So the last 4 matches have been 6-0, either via the pin or via the open weight class here at 138. You couldn't ask for anything better going the final 2 matches here, Joe.
And you talk about duels versus individuals and the team and everything else. I mean, Graber was a non-qualifier. We qualified 10 out of 12 wrestlers, I believe, for the state tournament. He was a non-qualifier at 152, and he just got a pinfall that put Central Cass right back in this duel, and with an opportunity for at least us to see 2 more exciting matches to finish this thing up.
Well, we know Caden Olsen-Tingelstead is going here for Central Cass at 160. The question is, where's Northern Lights going? Because this originally was their open weight class when you take a look at the programs here and who's going to kind of come through. So Northern Lights already switched their open weight class at 138 again, where Johnson earned the 6 points. And at that point, it was supposed to be DeLong. They moved DeLong to 145. They moved Henderson from 170 in the program to just getting pinned at 152. So we'll see what comes up here for Northern Lights in these final 2 weight classes. After this, then, it's going to be Thornton for Central Cass at 170. So it's going to be Weston at Eno. Eno here for Northern Lights against Olsen-Tingelstead here for Central Cass.
Yeah, so he was supposed to be their 52-pounder, and now he's wrestling 60.
2 weight classes remaining here in this duel, and Eno and Olsen-Tingelstead are getting right at it on the edge of the match here, aren't they, Joe?
Yeah, and the referees are letting it go, and Olsen-Tingelstead's pulling him back in, so they're saying, let's go. And Eno said, I'm going to get in on the take, and Olsen-Tingelstead secures 2 at the edge of the mat, and they're still letting him wrestle over there.
So Olsen-Tingelstead right now just kind of climbing on top of Eno, trying to work him back down to the ground.
Yep, Hook putting his legs in and breaking him down to the mat.
This is going to go right down to the wire, literally, no matter what happens here. If there's a pin for one team, the other will need a pin then in respective in the next weight class. Yep. If you just earn some points, then you just can ill afford to get pinned once you get to 170. But right now, Olsen-Tingelstead working to love here with under 60 seconds in this first period. Currently got his back right arm here locked up with Eno, and Eno now able to get his arm free.
Yeah, Cade's stretching him out hard with those legs, and he can't even get up to his base. And so Olsen-Tingelstead's looking to work a chicken wing, something to get him turned over here. Oh, there it is, and he's going to start circling the head. He's got to grab that far left wrist to make sure he can't roll it through. And he's going to start circling the head here, or at least run it straight over.
Eno's trying his best as possible. With 15 seconds left in this first period, there's going to be points being awarded.
5 1,000. Oh, he's sitting out with a double chicken wing right now, trying to get that left shoulder down.
4 seconds. Time starting to wind down, but we know Caden Olsen-Tingelstead's going to get awarded some more points here, Joe, to end this first period.
Yeah.
So 3 points up coming here for the Central Cass Squirrels and Olsen-Tingelstead.
Yeah, that was a great first period for the Squirrels. Yeah. Olsen-Tingelstead ended up in a double chicken wing, and he circled around top, and then you sit out with it underneath, and it just basically forces both shoulders for the other guy down to the mat, but not enough to secure the pin before the period was over, so we start 5-0.
There's the escape right off the bat for Eno, so back to 5-1 here is Olsen-Tingelstead. And now Eno will be in a neutral position with 1:45 left in this second period. Again, winner will go up against number 1 Lisbon. It'll be at 12:30 in the semifinals. We'll have that coverage for you right here on YourLiveEvent.com. 5-1. Where does Olsen Tingelstead go now after really controlling that opening 2 minutes of that first period?
I think he just needs to continue to be the aggressor here. And, I mean, on their feet, it was a little more neutral, so he wants to definitely, not get himself into any predicaments, but he's going to look for a chin whip and muscle him straight through, and Eno is fighting through it. This is a batter ram with two guys going at it.
So right now, Olsen Tingelstead and Eno now are on the mat just outside the center circle, working closer to the Central Cass corner.
Eno's in on a double leg, and now Olsen Tingelstead is whizzing him, and now he's going to put him straight to his,
there's 2 points awarded.
And taking him to his back.
Now trying to roll him across, but Eno gets back to his base here. What we know next is Thornton at 170 is coming up for Central Cass, and we'll see who they move down the list or who they bring in at 170 for Northern Lights, but currently tied at 32 apiece. Caden Olsen Tingelstead in position and control right now to give Central Cass some much-needed points, but there's still a lot of wrestling to be done. 25 seconds here in the second period.
He's about to get more back points here, running that chicken wing over his head and stacking him pin.
And there's a huge pin, because what that does now means Northern Lights needs a pin to tie it at 38 apiece. If they do not get that, even a major tech fall, the Squirrels were advanced. So for Thornton, it's pretty simple here, Joe, moving forward here at 170 pounds.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like you said, you don't get pinned, but Stone's is a new wrestler this year. Like I said, he finished 7th in the state, and I believe he's going to go out there and wrestle hard and smart.
So we'll see who Northern Lights will bring out here. Again, moving some pieces around late. And the last 5 weight classes here has been 6 love. Either the open for Central Cass, again at 138. Lamar earned a pin over Anderson at 132. DeLong came back and earned a pin over Link at 145. Then back-to-back pins here for a Central Cass. And Joe, we're going to have a tough one to figure out who our Enbridge wrestler is going to be, because you might have mentioned it earlier with Graber at 152. Yeah. How big was that at that particular junction, right?
Like I said, if that's not the culmination of what a team sport is, one of your guys that doesn't qualify for the individual tournament secures a pin that turns this duel in the right direction.
So Thornton again at 170, and they're double checking to see who's all coming on here for Norton. As we'll get this one underway. So you're going to have Colson Stahl for Central Cass going up against Cole Henderson here for Northern Lights. So it's going to be Colson Stahl here for Central Cass going up against Cole Henderson for Northern Lights. But they got Cole Henderson in there twice at 152 and now at 170. So we're going to have to maybe double back on this as we'll update Track Wrestling. Although we know the wrestler from Northern Lights right now is in position.
So I'm assuming that we know that we have the dual won by criteria, and so Stone just didn't wrestle because he didn't need to.
It's currently right now Henderson working up top, trying to finish it off with a pin. Then it'll be tied at 38. Then to what Josh said, you'd have to go to criteria, and there's the fall. 55 seconds in. Cole Henderson is going to earn it. So it's going to be 38 to 38 here, and now we'll have to figure it out on criteria.
I don't think you have to do much figuring. You can see the way Central Cass is cheering and Northern Lights isn't, that they all know the criteria.
So
maybe not.
They'll go to the scores table, and just to make for darn sure here.
Yeah.
Again, 38-38, what would you expect more in a 4-5 matchup here at the state tournament, as the last, again, 6 matches finished up 6-0. One was open weight class, but the last 5 that went were all via the fall here at some point.
And that open weight class counts as a fall.
Yep.
When it comes to number of pins.
So you have Central Cass with a pin at 195 with Houle again over Ladouceur. You also had Central Cass with Lamar, with Johnson, also with Graber and Olsen Tingelstead. Well, for Northern Cass, they earned a pin at 220 with Leonard, earned a pin over Call at 106, earned a pin at 113 with Gores, and then from there earned a pin with DeLong and earned a pin with Henderson at 170.
But we didn't count the open on the other side.
Yep. The Johnson one was in
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yep.
So it's 5-5. So now what's the next criteria?
5-5 in pins here as they will continue to figure it out. And they're going to get the award to Central Cass. So the Squirrels are going to move on criteria after both teams had 5 pins each.
Yeah, so number of total wins is the second criteria.
So you had a wins here for the Central Cass Squirrels with Crandall, with Peterson as well. Well, for Northern Lights, you had Herbal with a win. Prouty, I mean, it went down to the nitty-gritty here, Joe, in this 4-5 matchup. 38-38, but the Squirrels advance. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll put a bow on this one, and we'll get Joe's final thoughts as well. But, Joe, quickly, what did you think about this duel that went back and forth? Strategy, the whole 9 yards was involved.
Oh, I mean, like you said, there was a lot of jockeying going on. Coaches putting out different guys at different weights. You know, I mean, you just don't get duels that finish like that very often, and that was a treat to watch, regardless of the outcome.
We'll come back and name your Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match. That's next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Wallach Johnson Insurance is your friendly neighborhood team of qualified insurance professionals celebrating over 40 years of service. As an experienced independent insurance agency, they have access to highly rated insurance companies and can shop around to find you an affordable solution for farm, crop, business, home, and auto insurance. Visit them at one of their locations in Lisbon, Gwinner, or Rutland and get a free quote started today. For more information, go to nd-insure.com.
The Lisbon Bronco Athletic Boosters is a group of parents, coaches, and community members whose mission is to enrich the Lisbon High School athletic community by providing financial support for Lisbon High School athletic programs and events. If you are interested in getting involved, they invite you to join the Bronco Athletic Booster Group on Facebook to learn more. The Lisbon Athletic Boosters send a good luck wish to all athletes competing today.
We'll continue with our coverage coming up on YourLiveEvent.com between Central Cass and the Lisbon Broncos. It'll be at 12:30, but let's get to some of the particulars here in this one. This is our Halstead Telephone Company keeping you connected, a post-game connection. Our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match, Life Takes Energy, Enbridge.com, Energy for Life for career opportunities. And we're going to give it to the 152-pound weight class here for Central Cass. Caden Graber earned the fall with 4 minutes and 58 seconds into the match, and at that point made it very interesting for the Squirrels to get right back into this contest here. Graber will be our Enbridge Energy Wrestler of the Match. Then our RDK Enterprises feature precision of the match. Is it the coaching, so to speak, when it comes down to a criteria when both teams finish with 5 pins? When you start taking a look at the criteria 2, 3, 4, so to speak, does it become coaching? Is that our RDK Enterprises feature precision difference of the match here, Joe?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, the kids go out and wrestle the matches heads up, whoever's put out on the mat, but the coaches can figure out points-wise who to put out there. It's almost like a chess match, really. I mean, it really is.
It's that's our RDK Enterprises feature precision play of the match. Get ready for the spring planting season with RDK Enterprises. For maintenance parts and upgraded options they can help. Spring will be here before you know it. Let the folks at RDK Enterprises meet the challenge with you. Contact RDK Enterprises at planterdoc.com. And we like to recap what happened here in this one. Starting at 182, Herbal won a major decision 14-2 over Baumgartner, and then a pin immediately by Houle over Lattiser made it at that point the Squirrels with a 6-4 edge. But then at 2:20, Northern Lights came in hot and furious after that, able to earn a fall here with John Leonard over Garrett Haugen with 5:36 left in the match. Then Bryce Prouty able to earn a major decision 13-5 over Dylan Sell at 285. At 106, you had Bodie Henderson over John Call, and all of a sudden you looked up, it was 22-6 really quick here for the Northern Lights, and then they would add to it the match after that with a Kenny Gorsfall over Drew Urbuck. So it's 26-6, but here comes Central Cass with 4 consecutive wins. A major decision for Josiah Crandall at 120. Brady Peterson earned a major decision win at 126. Peyton Lamar earned a fall at 359. Jaden Johnson earned the forfeit with the win, where 6 points. points. And then at 145, you had Haviland along with a fall over Grady Link. 152, Caden Gaber with a fall over Cole Henderson. At 160, Caden Olsen Tinglestead earned a fall over Weston Eno at 344. And then at 170, with criteria, at the end of the day, it's still going to be Cole Henderson. I'm going to hit refresh just to make for darn sure that's who wrestled again for Northern Lights. And it is Cole Henderson earned the fall over Colson Stahl here, 55 seconds in at 170. I mean, we get duels at times, Joe, but you mentioned it. You don't get this type of duel too often, and we get it at a state tournament.
Yeah, I mean, that was a treat to be a part of, and you know, like you said, the back and forth. You know, you had certain people that won matches that they maybe shouldn't have, and certain people that lost matches that they maybe shouldn't have, and you know, but it's emotional and it's team, and you know, you got your fans up there and they're cheering you on, and yeah, it was just a treat to see that, and both teams left it all on the mat, that's for sure.
And a reminder, get ready for the 10 best days of summer at the Red River Valley Fair, going on July 7th through the 16th with Grandstand Entertainment that includes Dan and Shay, Shinedown, Jelly Roll, and Leonard Skinner. Tickets on sale now. Buy your tickets in advance and save money at the door by going to RedRiverValleyFair.com. That's RedRiverValleyFair.com. I think a jelly roll is going to sound good for a lot of wrestlers in a different meeting here later tonight here, Joe, on this one. Right. So here's what the bracket's going to look like moving forward at the state wrestling tournament here on the Class B side. South Border will go up against New Salem Almont in the semifinals, and you'll have Lisbon going up against the Central Cass Squirrels in the semis. That'll be at 12:30. Northern Lights will tangle with Henninger Scranton Bison in the consolation semis, and Pembina County North will go up against Velva in the consolation semifinals. That'll be at 12:30, and then we'll get to the place and championship matches at 3 o'clock respectively. We will have coverage for you with one stream between Central Cass and Lisbon. That'll be coming up at 12:30 here on YourLiveEvent.com, and then we will follow again the Squirrels. And congratulations to the Squirrels girls wrestlers too, as they were able to nudge out Bismarck Century earlier today, 54-24. So a lot of red on that side. Enjoyed a lot of good wrestling here, Joe, here for the Squirrels in this morning session.
Yeah, you couldn't have had a better setup for the fans to watch both duels at the same time right there. And yeah, great for both teams to advance and move on. All
right, Joe, thanks so much for your time, and we'll talk to you a little bit later down the line as we get ready for the semifinals and the place matches.
It's been a privilege, Chase. Thank you.
And again, Joe Deutsch, I'm Chase Miller. Make sure you go to YourLiveEvent.com as we get ready for the Squirrels and the Broncos. That's the semifinals coming up at 12:30 here on Your Live Event.